hipsters! Today we are going to Europe. The second smallest continent on the planet is an intricate jigsaw of 43 countries inhabited by 580 million people who speak 35 different languages. With its many peninsulas and seas, Europe has an extraordinarily long coastline, which varies in character from deep Norwegian fjords to the sandy beaches of Greece and great river deltas like the Danube. Inland, there are many mountain ranges, including the Alps and Carpathians, which together stretch for 1,243 miles across the heart of the continent. About 75% of Europeans live in or around cities, which often sprawl out into smaller suburbs. Some geographers call the crescent of cities, towns, suburbs, and industrial areas stretching from south to north across Europe the Blue Banana, a megalopolis of 110 million people. Whoa. Several countries in Europe are so small that they cannot even feature on a map of this scale, such as Andorra, Liechtenstein, Monaco, and San Marino. Europe has a wide range of climates because its northern edge reaches far beyond the Arctic Circle, while its southern boundary almost touches Africa. Northern Scandinavia has an alpine tundra climate, and temperatures in Iceland have reached a record low of negative 36.2 degrees Fahrenheit, though the Gulf Stream warms it considerably. This Atlantic current also affects the rest of Europe, making it generally warmer than other regions at this latitude. Southern Europe's Mediterranean climate is one of warm, dry summers and mild, wet winters. Much of Europe is richly fertile and has historically been excellent for the cultivation of crops. These range from olive groves in the Mediterranean south to more frost-tolerant cereals and pulses in central and northern countries. France is well known for its fields of lavender. It was Europeans who drove the change from making things by hand to making them with machines. Europeans are now trying to decrease their harmful emissions. Germany has taken the lead in developing solar power. Austria and Sweden generate about half of their electricity from hydropower. Denmark produces a higher proportion of its electricity from wind power than any other country and manufactures around half of all wind turbines worldwide. Animals such as reindeer and moose live in the Arctic North, while in the Mediterranean South, there are heat-loving animals, including snakes and scorpions. Wild boars, also known as wild pigs, inhabit much of northern and central Europe. Ew, wouldn't want to run into one of those. If caught unaware, they can be quite aggressive in their behavior. Europe is one of the easiest regions to travel around, as most places are accessible by rail, road, air, or sea. Europe also has some of the world's busiest airports and seaports. Did you know the Vatican City, where the Pope is based, is the smallest country in the world? Only about 800 people live in this walled enclave within the city of Rome. The Brandenburg Gate was completed in 1791 as a symbol of Prussian peace and was part of a series of gates into the city of Berlin. Much of Iceland was made relatively recently by volcanic eruptions. The island still has a high concentration of volcanoes and geysers. Rubik's Cube, one of the world's best-selling toys, was invented in the 1970s by a Hungarian sculptor and professor. I hope you enjoyed today's lesson all about Europe. See you next time.